Hello, hello. Coming to you from a secure location somewhere in Tucson, Arizona. I just did an AP classroom with an AP student review for an FRQ Unit 4, and it was so inspiring. I wanted to jump on and make this little video about this book that I've been reading from a podcast that I heard from a guy named Mark Hyman. He wrote a book called Food Fix that he published this year, 2020. There it is. Can't read it because of magic. And I started, when I heard the podcast, it freaking blew up in my mind. The connections made were some of the most important that I think ever. Okay, and heard it on the Peter Attia The Drive podcast, but Mark Hyman has his own podcast where he talks about these topics and more, mostly topics of health, but this one is kind of broad-reaching, basically covers everything that we have issues with across the world and the solution, which is food. So what I have done is kind of outlined some selections here. I've picked some selections through this chapter and wanted to read them to you. So sit back, relax, crisscross applesauce, get yourself comfortable. It's kindergarten time to listen to a little bit of reading. So relax, put all your other distractions away, chill on the couch, and enjoy the story time. I'll jump around here, and who knows, I might add a little thing here or there, but mostly I'm just going to be reading the words of Mark Hyman here. Our diet is the number one cause of death, disability, and suffering in the world. Our food has dramatically transformed over the last 100 years, and even more radically over the last 40 years. As we have eaten a diet of increasingly ultra-processed foods made from a handful of crops, wheat, corn, and soy. If poor diet is the biggest killer on the planet, I was forced to ask, what is the cause of our food and the system that produces it? This led to a deep exploration of the entire food chain, from seed to field to fork to landfill, and the harm caused each step of the journey. The story of food shocked me, frightened me, and drove me to tell this story to find the possibility of redemption from the broken system that is slowly destroying the people and things we love most. Our most powerful tool to reverse the global epidemic of chronic disease, heal the environment, reverse climate change, end poverty and social injustice, reform politics, and revive economies is food. The food we grow, how we grow it, and the food we eat have tremendous implications not just for our waistlines, but also for our communities, the planet, and the global economy. There is a solution, a food fix. Across the globe, there are governments, businesses, grassroots efforts, and individuals who are reimagining our food system, creating solutions that address the challenges we face across the landscape of our food system. This book both defines the problems and maps out the policies, business innovations, and grassroots solutions, providing ideas for what we can each do to improve our health and the health of our communities and the planet. All these things and more can provide the seeds for the type of transformation needed to solve one of the central problems of our time, the quality of what we put on our fork every day. We have to take back our health, one kitchen, one home, one family, one community, one farm at a time. Changes to our own diet are necessary but not sufficient to create the shifts needed to create a healthy, sustainable, and just world. The policies and businesses that drive our current system must change to support a reimagined food system from field to fork and beyond. If we were to identify one big lever to pull to improve global health, create economic abundance, reduce social injustice and mental illness, restore environmental health, and reverse climate change, it would be transforming our entire food system. This is the most important work of our time, work that must begin now.